Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a shocking reality unfolding in Ukraine. A desperate fight not just on the battlefield, but within the country itself. As the war with Russia rages on, Ukrainian men are going to extreme lengths to escape forced conscription. Some risk their lives fleeing through forests, others pay thousands in bribes, and a few even hide in car trunks just to avoid being sent to the front lines. So, how are people managing to dodge military service? And what happens if they get caught? Let's break it all down. For many men in Ukraine, the fight for survival isn't just on the battlefield. It's in their own cities, in the streets, and even in their own homes. The ongoing conflict has led to desperate measures, both from the government and from the people trying to escape it. Today, we're uncovering the shocking reality of forced conscription, known as busification, and the extreme ways people are avoiding military service. Some young men are using legal loopholes to avoid conscription, finding ways to work within the system while trying to stay out of the military. One of the most common methods involves filing for disability claims, allowing them to become the legal guardian of a sick or disabled parent. By doing this, they can claim an exemption from military service, as they are considered to have important family obligations. However, this tactic isn't as simple as it sounds, and it certainly isn't free. The process often requires bribes, medical documentation, and sometimes even false diagnoses to make the claim convincing enough for approval. Depending on how severe the parent's illness is, or how much effort is needed to make the case believable, the cost can range anywhere from $500 to $2,500. This price tag makes it a high-stakes option, accessible only to those who can afford to pay the price for their freedom from the front lines. For those who don't have legal options, there's another way: escaping the country. Smugglers, or curators, guide men through forests, avoiding border guards at great personal risk. What once cost $500 to $1,000 has now skyrocketed to anywhere between $3,000 and $8,000. Imagine walking for 8 days through a dense forest, living off scraps, just to avoid being dragged into war. That's the reality for many. Another strategy? If you have the right connections and the right amount of money, you can become one of them. Some men pay to be listed as assistants to military commissars or police officers. Some even hold fake military jobs where they do nothing. They just exist on paper while their superiors collect salaries for them. But this path comes with its own risks. Even if you're caught, money can still save you. Men have been abducted off the streets, taken to enlistment offices, and forced to pay anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000 just to be released. But here's the catch. Once you're free, you could be caught again the very next day. It's a never-ending cycle of bribes and fear. And then there are those who get taken and somehow escape. One man was snatched off the street in shorts and slippers after a weekend drinking session. Within 2 days, he was already inside a military unit. His friends devised a daring plan, and he managed to escape by car. But now, he's on a wanted list, constantly looking over his shoulder. Surprisingly, some men have simply refused to cooperate. And it worked. One man was kidnapped, held for 2 days, and pressured to sign enlistment documents. He refused, and in a rare turn of events, they let him go. But not everyone is that lucky. Others have had their documents forged, their names added to military lists, and they were sent straight to the front lines without consent. For those still in Ukraine, avoiding military recruiters is a daily battle. Men now travel in the trunks of cars, hidden from view as their wives drive them past checkpoints. But the authorities are catching on. Now, even women are being stopped and their cars searched. The desperation is growing, and so are the risks. The conflict in Ukraine has forced men into increasingly impossible situations. Whether it's escaping through forests, paying off officials, or simply running for their lives, the fear of conscription has become a new battlefield. The risks they face are not just physical but emotional, as families are torn apart and friendships are tested by the constant fear of being caught. But the question remains: how far will this go?
Що ви робите? Знімайте. Що ви робите? Так, діти до боку.
Чого ви до нього специфікуєте? Тікай бігом! Тікай, тікай! Таня, дожину, чого ж тікай?
Яке маєте право?
Це треба вам виставляти, дівчата. Ви куртку розірвали. Вже сюди добралися. Знімай бігом!
Знімаємо. Знімаємо. Що ви робите?
Дівчата, треба, хай тікає!
Тікай давай.
Бачиш, що роблять! Хай не біжить туди, дівчата там будуть.
Це що це за закон такий? А ну то розкажіть, яка стаття по закону? Ти бачиш чи ні? Отсюда їдьте бистро! Суки! Ти бачиш чи ні? Бляді.
And what happens to those who run out of options? Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth coverage on world affairs. We strive to bring you the latest and most relevant updates so you don't miss out on important information. Stay safe, stay informed, and keep questioning the world around you. Until next time.